All right, guys, we have made it through another week of this out-of-control administration, which means we have made it to another weekly roundup already. But this week in particular is actually a special week because on the same day that this video drops, there's going to be a No Kings 2.0 rally happening all across the country. So I hope to see everybody out there. You can go to nokings.org to find a protest near you. Bring your family, bring your friends, bring anybody you can so we can come together and push back against this authoritarian regime. Now, Donald Trump has now been in office for only 38 weeks, which means he's got 170 weeks left to go. And of course, if you are one of the ones out there that are counting down the days, there are 1,190 days until his second term is supposed to come to an end. Now, the weekly roundup is the part in the week where we gather up a whole bunch of different clips that don't necessarily touch on any particular topic, but it kind of gives us a way to catch up on anything we may have missed. And of course, we normally get to have a laugh or two as well. And believe it or not, guys, I'm actually going to be giving Donald Trump some credit this week because he actually did something right for once. So make sure to stick around till later in the show because you're not going to want to miss this one. Now, let's go ahead and jump right into it, guys. Let's start off with the first clip of the week where we've got Jesse Waters actually talking about Trump's dementia on Fox News. If you guys do appreciate my work and want to support the show, please do remember to subscribe.
So the thing he's calling him demented now, he's saying Trump has dementia. You can't say Trump is a diabolical Nazi who's overthrowing the government and then on the next day call him someone with dementia. You can't be a dictator with dementia. You can't suspend an election and then forget you suspended an election. Trump didn't need note cards to know who Hillary Clinton was. And the guy has the longest memory of anybody. He remembers every slight, every name, every statistic. The man is a lot of things. He does not have dementia.
So isn't this the exact same way that they would talk about Joe Biden? Saying that he's somehow weaponizing the justice system, he's being sneaky in this way and that way, but also, guys, he's a dementia patient who doesn't even know where he is on a daily basis. I mean, come on, guys, get it together. Now, the interesting part about Jesse Waters here is that he's actually talking about Trump's dementia on Fox News because we have been hammering on this point for so long and so hard, and because Trump is becoming more insane in his old age, now Fox News has to talk about it. This is a huge win. So we need to keep on this messaging. We need to continue to point out Donald Trump and his addled brain that is just pouring out of his ears at this point, because the more time Fox has to devote to Donald Trump dementia talk, the less time they have to spin up all of their other propaganda. So keep on it, everybody. Let's go ahead and jump on to the next clip. Now, this one's kind of funny because see if you can catch how Eric talks about a so-called conversation he had with his dad in a car.
And he gets in the car. I'm in the car right next to him. We're going up the FDR Drive in New York, and he looks at me. He goes, honey, I'm not sure how, but somehow we're going to win this whole thing. And he meant the trial, but he also meant the presidency.
So did you guys catch it? Well, you see, guys, Donald Trump got in the car, and he turned to his son Eric, and he said, honey, I know we're going to win this thing. I know we're going to win the trial, and we're going to win the presidency. Now, who for a second believes that this conversation actually happened? I guess this is just what you get when you have a family that has no regard for the truth, that they just allow anything to spill out of their mouth. There is no way in hell that Donald Trump, of all people, referred to his least liked son as honey. I mean, give me a break. Let's go ahead and move on to this clip where you've got Brian Kilmeade trying to say that federal workers who are no longer getting paid because the government is shut down, well, they're somehow trying to pull one over or maximize pain among Americans.
Why are you staying home? If you're air traffic control, you know you're vital. And listen, I want you to get your paychecks, but they're delayed for the federal government. This is our millionth shutdown. It's no longer even a big deal. If you don't get one paycheck, which I don't think you've missed yet, you don't show up for work, or are you in somehow cahoots to maximize pain on the country to get this down? And if you are doing that, what part are you helping?
I mean, how out of touch with your audience can you be, man? You're talking about government workers. These people aren't making huge money, good money. They're not making 7 figures. A lot of these people aren't even making 6 figures, like Brian Kilmeade is on Fox News. To say that, oh, these people just need to suck it up. The government shuts down all the time. No big deal. No big deal. They need to show up to work and not get paid. Why are they staying home? How is it that Brian Kilmeade can't comprehend that most people just can't go to work and not get paid? Most people are not getting paid millions of dollars to sit around on the couch with his friends and spew propaganda for the Trump administration. People might be staying home because they're trying to work out side jobs or other side hustles so they can actually have an income while the Republicans keep this government shut down. Did that ever cross Brian Kilmeade's mind? I mean, these people are so out of touch. And then to try to say that they are trying to maximize pain on the rest of America. Oh, and if that's happening, well, which party are they working for, guys? I mean, this is just insane. It's a continued effort to demonize anybody that is not part of the MAGA movement. That is what this is. It's absolutely disgusting, and these people should be ashamed of themselves. Let's go ahead and move on to this clip, because this one's also interesting, because this is Stephen Moran. This is Donald Trump's, or I would call him a MAGA Fed chair. So he works at the Federal Reserve. He is MAGA aligned, but listen to what he has to say about Donald Trump's tariffs.
What do you think the takeaway was in terms of tariffs from the Beige Book?
Yeah, so obviously there are a lot of people who ascribe inflationary moves to tariffs. I'm not among them. My perspective is that tariffs always had the possibility of raising inflation. It may yet happen, but
it may yet happen? What world are you living in, sir? And didn't what he just say kind of contradict itself? Well, I've never been the one to think that tariffs would cause inflation, but they very well might. It very well may come. You never know. It's very possible. I've always thought that maybe tariffs could cause inflation, and maybe it's yet. I mean, come on. We are seeing all over the economy that inflation is starting to bleed through to the American consumer, like everybody was warning about before Donald Trump came in and issued a national emergency to give himself the unilateral authority to implement these tariffs. Every economist predicted that this was going to happen, and now it's happening. We have seen inflation starting to tick up very slowly but steadily, and the rest of the economy is also softening. We've got a soft jobs market, and things are just not looking good. It looks like we could be heading towards a recession, and now you even have MAGA Fed chairs coming out and saying that, actually, guys, maybe these tariffs will cause inflation. Okay. Let's go ahead and move on to the next clip, because this one is absolutely hilarious to me. Here's Nancy Pelosi just snapping at a reporter.
Congresswoman Pelosi, are you at all concerned that the new January 6th committee will find you liable for that day? Are you at all concerned about the new January 6th committee finding you liable for that day? Why did you refuse the National Guard on January 6th?
Shut up. I did not refuse the National Guard. The president didn't send it. Why are you coming here with Republican talking points as if you're a serious journalist?
The American people want to know. We still have questions. Thank you.
Look at her smile. Look at this reporter's smile here. She came and she got exactly what she was looking for. And why is it that we are still talking about this whole Nancy Pelosi not sending the National Guard on January 6th when Donald Trump has come back into office? He has pardoned all the J6ers. These people just do not know how to live in a world without all of their petty grievances. Of course, it was Donald Trump who did not deploy National Guard on January 6th because he looked around and said, hey, these are my people. They're carrying out violence for me. They're beating the shit out of police officers for me, so let's just let them cook. That's what actually happened. And to see somebody, a so-called reporter, pestering Nancy Pelosi about the very same question that has been debunked for years, I mean, it's just so damn pathetic. It's such a reflection on this MAGA movement and how they live in a past full of grievance and just, it's just so gross. I'm just so damn tired of it. This MAGA movement is, I don't even know. What is the word, right? This MAGA movement, they are just out of control. They do not know how to live in a world peacefully unless they have somebody to bitch about. I mean, it is absolutely insane to me. Let's go ahead and move on to the next clip, because here you've got Mike Johnson having one hell of a Freudian slip. See if you guys can catch it.
Obviously, that is not the principles of the Republican Party. We stand for the founding principles of America. You want me to articulate them for you right now? Individual freedom, limited government, the rule of law, peace through strength, fiscal responsibility, free markets, human dignity, the things that lead to human flourishing. We have stood against that. We fought the Nazis. We defended that evil ideology.
We fought the Nazis and we defended that evil ideology. Oops. I don't think that's what you meant to say there, Mike Johnson. Now, of course, this is in response to, I think, a staffer of some congressman was caught with some American flag / Nazi memorabilia. They combined the American flag with the Nazi symbol. Really, really grotesque stuff to be in the halls of Congress. I guess that's under investigation now, so that is what he's responding to here. But to come out and say that, oh, the Republican Party, we don't stand for that. When in the very same week, we saw these young Republicans, 22,000 text messages of the most vile and hateful shit that you could imagine, talking about gassing their enemies, talking about how Hitler is based. I mean, it is pretty wild to me. And so for him to come out and make that little slip up saying that we actually defended that ideology, pretty insane to me, guys. Obviously, the Republican Party, it is not your grandpa's Republican Party. It is not Reagan's Republican Party. The MAGA movement has consumed the Republican Party, and they are an extremist movement. And now it seems like everybody is trying to one-up the next guy in line, and it has just devolved into the most heinous shit imaginable. You guys are not the party that is standing up for freedom right now. You are rounding people up without any due process and shipping them out of the country. You have a president that is going after his political enemies. He's going after the mainstream media. There is nothing about personal liberty as far as this president goes. He does not care about anybody except himself, and maybe he cares just a tiny bit about those who propelled him to power. That's it. You guys don't have principles. You abandoned them a long time ago, so don't get up there and try to say that actually it's the Republicans who are for personal freedom. Fuck you guys. Now let's go ahead and move on to the next clip, because here is Donald Trump actually saying something right for a change. Now, I wish we would hear more of this, but let's go ahead and see what he has to say.
What if Russia and Vladimir Putin attacks Finland? Would you defend Finland?
I would. Yes, I would. They're a member of NATO. I would. They're great people, but I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think he's going to do that.
Why can't we get this type of response for questions that are similar to this? I mean, he has been trying to call out Zelensky as the dictator, trying to say that this is Biden and Zelensky's war. But here he is coming out very clearly saying that, yes, if Russia is going to attack Finland, I will respond. I will defend our NATO ally. So I give props to Donald Trump for coming out and not mincing words here. This is what a good American president would say. This is what a good president would say about our allies, about the military alliances that we've built over the past number of decades. This is the type of response that you want from the American president. Now, unfortunately for Donald Trump, most of the time, this is not even close to what we get. But I think he feels like he has been trampled on a little bit by Vladimir Putin, and I think he's starting to get a little bit irritated with him. Now, of course, I just heard before I turned on the video camera to shoot this segment that he's going to be doing a meeting with Putin over in Hungary. I mean, just playing the same kind of games we've seen ever since he got back into office. So we'll have to see how it plays out. But I would very much welcome more of this from Donald Trump. This is the right response. This is the right thing. We need to stand with our military alliances and defend them if Russia comes a knocking. Absolutely the right thing to do. So round of applause for Donald Trump for once. Maybe once on this show. Maybe I've done it once other time, but it's not very common for me to heap praise on Donald Trump. Now, to go on to the last clip, guys, like I said, not only do I like to point out a lot of the absurdity that's happening in the week and a lot of these other things, but I also want to point out Democrats or people on the left who are doing things well. And Bernie and AOC went on CNN for a sit-down town hall type of thing. And here is AOC making such a great point about what distinguishes us from somebody like Donald Trump.
I think it also speaks to a big difference between someone like Trump and someone like me or someone like Bernie, which is that Trump believes that if you don't vote for him, he doesn't have to be your leader. That if you didn't vote for him, that you don't deserve good things to happen to you. I don't care if someone voted for me or not. I don't care if someone is a Republican or an independent or a Democrat. I don't care if someone likes me or not. That will never change the fact that I'm going to fight for them to have health care. I want MAGA to have health care. I want MAGA to be paid a living wage. But he doesn't want people who are Democrats, or he doesn't want people based on their political affiliation to benefit. And that is the difference between a strongman and an authoritarian and a leader of a democracy.
This is absolutely true. And I think we need to continue to point out this point. Because as we can see here, the government is shut down. You've got Donald Trump and people like Russell Vogt going out there bragging about how they're going to target Democratic areas, Democratic state, Democratic programs. Because Donald Trump doesn't believe that he needs to be a president for all Americans. Now, I have never once heard an elected Democrat, somebody prominent on the left who is involved in electoral politics, I have never once heard somebody on the left come out and say that maybe we shouldn't give those FEMA funds to Florida because Ron DeSantis, he's kind of a piece of shit. Maybe we shouldn't fund the WIC program down in Oklahoma because you know what? They're not treating abortion the way that we have never ever seen that type of shit going down on the left. But this is a common occurrence in the Republican Party. This is a common occurrence with Donald Trump. Now, I'm not saying that Donald Trump is the only person that does this in the Republican Party. This has been an ongoing effort to put party above country for the past number of decades now. But this is a distinguishing factor between somebody like me and somebody like Donald Trump. Somebody like AOC and somebody like Mike Johnson. Now, they might pay lip service to, oh, yeah, of course, we want to look out for our constituents. But their actions, they tell a whole different story, right? They are literally bragging that they are going to inflict pain on Democrats during this government shutdown. We have Donald Trump threatening or even withholding funds after disasters because they're Democratic areas. I want everybody in this country to have health care. I want everybody in this country to have a livable wage. I want those things no matter if you vote conservative or if you vote liberal. It doesn't really matter to me. Now, does that mean that we don't want to go after the people and hold them accountable? People like Russell Vogt and all of these other Republicans who are now breaking the law in government right now? Of course not. That's not what that means. But I'm just meaning as the average American out there, I want what is best for them. I want what is best for my brothers and sisters of America. And more, and especially in Donald Trump, that is just not what we see. Donald Trump does not believe that he needs to be a president for all Americans. So I definitely think we need to continue to point this out. Now, people on the right might not believe us, but we can prove with our actions. And even Joe Biden did this a ton. He tried to make sure that red areas were being rewarded with these infrastructure jobs and so on and so forth. We can continue to prove this out. We can continue to show the American people that Democrats are fighting for everybody while Donald Trump is fighting for himself and a few of the people who maybe propelled him to power. That's it. So those are the clips that I had for you guys this week. Like I said, guys, there is a No Kings rally today, October 18th, and it's going to be a great time to come together to push back against this authoritarian regime. And as I've been saying, guys, bring a friend, bring your family, bring anybody you can, because no matter where you look in this administration, there is something to be upset about. So make sure I see you guys out there on the streets. Everybody should report back. Hopefully we're going to have a lot of great threads going on Twitter or wherever about all the great signs that were made. And everybody, don't forget, remain peaceful out there. Take care of everybody around you. Do not give these fascist fucks a reason to deploy more violence against you. Let's just keep it peaceful and be safe out there, guys. I guess I'll leave it there for now, guys. If you guys got anything out of this video, please do remember to smash that like button and subscribe. Maybe share with a friend or two. I'd very much appreciate that. We've got to build something here on the left that pushes back against this MAGA media machine that just launders all of this terrible behavior for the Trump administration every single day. So if you do like what I do here, please do remember to smash that subscribe button. And if you guys want to go a step above and beyond that and actually help me produce these videos, you can become a member right here on YouTube for as little as $3 a month. Or you can head over to politiscape.substack.com where you can have my content delivered directly to your inbox every single day without the doom scrolling and without the algorithms. And the cool part about Substack is I own the data over there. And I also want to remind everybody that I have joined the Unfuck America tour, and it is our mission to go around this country to provide an alternative vision to the Turning Point USAs of the world. Our next stop is October 22nd at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas. I don't believe there are tickets, but I could be wrong on that. I will drop a link in the description below if you guys want to go see us out in Las Vegas. Other than that, guys, our big event is going to be down in Phoenix in December, the December 20th. We have rented out a sports bar down there. You can buy tickets for that event. I will also try to remember to include the link to purchase tickets down below. But otherwise, guys, if you want to help sustain that effort and help us make it to stops all around this country, if you want us to come to a university near you, head over to unfuckamericatour.com where you can sign up to volunteer and you can sign up to donate and you can obviously buy tickets to our upcoming events. And we are also starting to get our college chapters going. So if you think the Unfuck America Tour would be a good fit for some students on your campus, feel free to email me. My contact info is in the YouTube description, or of course you can head over to unfuckamericatour.com and you can reach us that way as well. Until the next one, guys, take care of yourselves. Have fun this weekend at the No Kings 2.0 rally, and I'll see you next week.